right, welcome Wolfpack family. I hope you're doing great today. Jump into the cleansing universe. Whoever comes an hour later for this message may have something that'll help them on their journey. Thank you so much. This area is cleansed. All right, let's get started. So, gonna do things a little differently today. I have a mystic morsel for you. Just a little tidbit, a little message that kind of came in. So, take what resonates and leave the rest. I have honestly no idea how many parts this may take, so just bear with me. Bird of Prey Oracle deck, so you know. So, topic of today, ninja energy, hiding from self perhaps. So, multiple things, but they all somehow tie together. So, what started everything, and let's just chat, okay? I'm gonna chat, kind of shuffle some cards casually. The term that started it all was soul resonance. I was working one day and that just popped into my mind. It would not leave, so I wrote it down, and later on I looked it up. So soul resonance, check this out, refers to the deep energetic recognition and connection between souls, often experienced as an intuitive sense of familiarity or alignment. This phenomena can manifest in various relationships such as soulmates or kindred spirits. What just came into my mind was soul tribe as well. And it is believed to facilitate personal growth and healing, okay? So that's pretty awesome, right? And then just literally after that, shortly after that, a similar wording of something else came in, and the term cognitive dissonance came in. For those that don't know what it is, I think it's important right now, and again, just be patient with me if I break this up, but there's gonna be a tidbit for everybody coming forward. So cognitive dissonance in the spiritual context refers to the internal conflict that arises when one's beliefs or values clash with their actions or experiences. This dissonance can lead to struggle or for alignment between one's faith and behavior, often prompting a search for truth seeker, and reconciliation with one's spiritual energy. Before we break it into the next part soon, Naruto. Got another Naruto song, Bluebird this time, come up. And we're gonna dive into that here in a second, okay? First, in another reading, it was Wind by Akaboshi in the first generation. Now, Naruto Shippuden. So hey, stay tuned, okay? Let's flip now. All right, so part two, again, we're just rolling, y'all. I'm chilling. So this energy, we're kind of getting all around energy of like ninja energy, stealthy energy. We're going over a couple, just bear with me, I'm not gonna recap in every part, just to save on time. Check out the last part for the definition of soul resonance and cognitive dissonance. So whether it's an internal clash with a dissonance, or whether it's kind of like realizing the deep nature of our soul connections, okay? Just to touch base on that. But the Naruto song Bluebird from season 3 opener kept coming up. And it's just pretty significant. And the words here, it's about freedom. When I looked up the definition here, it says, is a song, and it says here, symbolizes struggle to overcome challenges and find strength. So to overcome the struggle of that cognitive dissonance, and to try to find that union between souls, of the soul resonance. You know how often we talk about collective consciousness here? At least I talk about it here on my channel, or everything is connected, all is love. That's something else that I have here too. But it says here, symbolizes the struggle to overcome challenges and find strength. The lyrics use a metaphor of a bird trying to soar, again, reflecting themes of resilience and the pursuit of freedom despite difficulties. I'm not gonna go over every single lyrics for sake of time, but please check it out. The song Bluebird, just search it up, very popular, from Naruto season 3, but the full song by, I hope I can say the Ikimono Gakari. I want to learn Japanese so bad, but bear with me, hopefully I said that right. But anyways, so getting multiple energies here. I'm kind of getting two energies, but it could be also within the same vessel, the same person. Again, this is where, think about it. I challenge you to think about collective consciousness in daily living. And if you integrate that aspect in daily life from every choice that you make, which could branch onto many possibilities and butterfly effects and all scientific cool stuff to talk about time and things, which only exists in, you know, non-infinite realms, right? Which we are infinite beings, 222 on the timer right now. Yes. Okay, so there's a hidden ninja energy around, and I think this is like a theme of the past couple of readings, or energy 2, 3, 4 I just saw as well, is that there's someone observing someone from a distance in the shadows. Okay, let's cut to the next part and dive deeper into this, okay? Stay tuned. All right, so go ahead and check the other parts. I'm not gonna go over every single thing, but it's gonna be this mystic morsel of a little tidbit info coming your way. Emphasis on the song, look up song Bluebird, season 3 opener, Naruto, Shippuden, okay, specifically. It is symbolizing overcoming challenges and soaring free. And to me, it's like a free bluebird. And when you look up the definition of a bluebird is messengers of good news and a reminder to appreciate the beauty in life and nature. And check this out, 6 years ago, this song, the Crunchyroll on YouTube, they posted this. And check this out. 6 years, you wanna know what 6 means? The angel number 6 symbolizes balance, harmony, and love, encouraging individuals to prioritize their relationships and spiritual growth. And it serves as a reminder to create a fulfilling life by nurturing connections and finding equilibrium between various responsibilities. So that makes sense. The soul resonance and cognitive dissonance, where words, just check out the previous parts, but notate those words are of importance. Soul resonance is like discovering the union and like the togetherness and the connectedness between multiple souls, or 2 different souls. And then the cognitive dissonance is kind of like if there's like an imbalance on the inside of kind of knowing like, oh shoot, like what is going on? Sorry, that's kind of what came up. All right, let's continue, okay? So in meditation, I heard like a old style phone ring, like it's when they were starting to get like digital sounding, but they were still like old school, like a, you probably heard it in offices more, you know what I mean? When you hear in like the detective shows and those style, like da-da-da-da-da. And to me, it's like a time to answer the call from the past. I keep getting a lot of stuff about ancestors, and we got the stuff about like the, you know, Naruto and, you know, those stealthy energies and things like that. So, you know, maybe tap into any nationalities or anything that's connected to you and that is unique to you, okay? Another thing I got is probably a good time for someone to go into a place of somewhat fasting. Again, you know, do what's safe for you and best for you and your body, because every body literally is different. But I'm kind of getting someone may want to, there's like a shallowness, but an emptiness feeling, but not in a bad way, not in an unhealthy way. But this is kind of like someone that is opening themselves up to change and opening up their vessel to receiving, but to receiving change and positivity, okay? Let's continue that thought on the next part, okay? So continue on here. I'm not sure how many parts this is. Bear with me, but I feel this was definitely a message I had to get out for somebody. But freedom, you know, Bluebird, the song Naruto, season 3, check it out. This reading seems to be a lot of emphasis on freedom, but at the same time, some energies that you need to be watchful around, hence ninja energies. I feel there are energies from the shadows that are watching you, and they're watching your growth and they're seeing your growth and everything like that. But they're not saying anything. They're just kind of chilling. But at the same time, it just, I think it's important to highlight this as nothing to be afraid of, because there's no need to be afraid of anything, but just to be aware. Awareness means everything. And with awareness comes the ability to be able to heal and transmute things. Because if you do not go from within to be able to see what could be on an imbalance or anything like that, how are you ever going to know what you're going to be able to have to work on for yourself? We'll check this one out later, but right now may be a time that you may want to put yourself in a place of opening up the heart space, opening up the body to being able to receive. I think there's kind of like something, getting a message of getting out of your own way. I think some of you may need to go through a ego detox, okay? So I had to, just for the sake of social media, certain words that, you know, they kind of flag you, so I try to avoid, you know, even if there's no ill intent or anything like that, you know, ego, whatever, you know what I'm saying. Dark night of the soul, I found out is a little different, by the way, it's not the same. But I think right now, because like the ego is kind of like, again, take what resonates and leave the rest, but it's kind of like the part that wants to attach itself to something and to hold on to its existence. Even if in the end, like, it's futile because this vessel is temporary in the end anyways. But the ego detox is a message that I'm getting for somebody that they should probably check their intentions when they're doing certain things. I understand that like with increased knowledge, sometimes there's, yeah, I mean, you have increased knowledge, but at the end of the day, we are all connected, 222, collective consciousness, right? So that means that like, yes, what you learn is gonna help other people, but at the same time, it doesn't make anybody better than another person, you know? And sometimes that's where some people need to probably check their ego and check themselves. Before we get into the next part, let's see this card here. I'm gonna reveal this card here. That looks pretty trippy and pretty amazing. Let's cut into the next part now. All right, so getting into the next part, the last part, we drew this card here. This deck here is an intuitive based deck, so honestly, I have no idea what this card like is technically supposed to be called. But what I'm seeing here is pretty much going off of where going the other reading, excuse me. The fact that a person is realizing kind of like, they're kind of realizing the cosmic nature of things, the organizational structure of the universe, and how everything is connected at the same time, and everything has its function, you know what I mean? As above, so below. I'm not sure exactly, again, don't quote me on all these symbols, I'm still learning, and I look forward to learning more with everyone else. I would like to think myself having that white belt mentality, you know, always willing to learn. And I think that's important for the person I'm speaking to, because this is right here, someone, I'm gonna show you the whole page, but I'll read it to you. The thing is that someone is in a place where they should probably fast, or maybe whether it's food or whatever is safe for you, to put yourself in a position spiritually to open yourself up to change. I think that someone needs to get out of their own way, and this is probably part of understanding more the collective consciousness on the togetherness of everybody, okay? There's a few other things that came to mind. There's at one point where I saw like blue dots in like the vision here just for a moment during a little shortly after meditation. Blue dots, it says right here, symbolize, okay, there we go. Symbolize spiritual messages or guidance often associated with clarity, truth, and communication. Phenomena can indicate support from spiritual beings like archangels, or signify open throat chakra. Another energy I got was a Knight of Swords energy, which is about taking actions in the throat, essentially speaking your truth, okay? It's that air energy, okay? Now I do want to tell you, and we're going to go into this card, and this might be the last part, I don't know, but just keep in mind of this ninja energy. Check out the other parts where we're talking about someone that is potentially watching you, like a monitoring energy. They're not saying anything, they're not coming forward, but on the subconscious level, they are interfering potentially with your energy, 222, as they just said that. So just be mindful, put boundaries on yourself. No need to be afraid of anything. Last card we have here, it says, your friends will delete you, is what it says here, but it was on the upside down. I think right now this person is regaining the fact that it was like this is that they're regaining their power and knowing essentially what they need to cut out of their own life, not from any ill will, but it's just because that they need to cut the things that are no longer serving them. And honestly, you know, it may be just some people are not aligned in some parts. I love you so much, Wolfpack family. Ciao for now.